His Highness Sheikh Mohammed made his presence felt once again on day 2 of the Tattersalls Craven breeze-up sale, spending 575,000 guineas on an Invincible Spirit colt to take his tally to 7 for the week, for an aggregate of almost 3 million guineas. Consigned by Norman Williamson's Oak Tree Farm, the session-topping lot out of Mare Nostrum is a half-brother to Group 1 winner Erupt, and after catching the eye of US agent Justin Cassie, was secured by Anthony Stroud on behalf of Godolphin.
Sold at 575. Anthony Stroud, thank you very much indeed.
He was an extremely nice horse physically, and when he did the breeze, his bridle broke, so he had to go up again. Having gone up once, he went up again. And he showed remarkably good temperament, having done it once, to do it a second time, and then he did a very good time the second time. So, very good action. Norman Williamson does a fantastic job, and he has a pedigree, so those are the key factors in trying to buy him.
And did he exceed market expectations, or you thought you'd have to pay a bit for him?
No, I think in the market he represented fair value. I think in these breeze-up sales, the horse that you want to pick, you've got to be prepared to have to pay for it, because, to be honest, there are an awful lot that don't make it, So I think the ones you really zero in on, you need to really go for, yeah.
Another consigner who built on an excellent opening session was Brendan Holland's Grove Stud, who were responsible for the sale of Lot 134. The Shamadal colt, out of a half-sister to dual Group 1 winner Lily Langtry, was bought at Book 2 of the Tattersalls October yearling sales for 150,000 guineas and turned a handsome profit when selling to US-based agent Sam Wright, standing alongside Jane Chapel-Hyam for 340,000 guineas.
Just the way he went on Breeze Day, he stood out to us. Douglas was over here, and the client is keen on Douglas to potentially train him, so he stood out to us, and with the sire over there in Hong Kong, throwing many winners, Group 1 winners, he ticked all boxes for us. For now, he'll stay here. We'll see how he develops and gets on, but all options open, really, and we'll leave it up to the client. I've done some work with Kern Thoroughbreds and Justin Cassie, and have been over here before. Douglas has been here, as you guys all know, for the last month and a half, so we kind of take this sale as one to kind of pin our ears back and poach a few from, and we're happy that we've done that.
The following lot through the ring, a Night of Thunder colt from the family of champion 2-year-old filly Bill Talail, also proved popular on the final day, selling to Godolphin for 300,000 guineas, having been pinhooked by vendors Houghton Bloodstock for €60,000 last year. The highest priced filly on the second day was Lot 93, an offering by young US stallion Competitive Edge, who was the only juvenile consigned by Kean Hughes' CH Thoroughbreds and was knocked down to Highland Yard LLC and Dahi Harvey of Harvey Bloodstock for 280,000 guineas.
At 280,000, the bid all done at 280. To Dahi Harvey, thank you very much indeed, sir.
She was a beautiful physical, firstly, really nice filly, excellent temperament, lovely action, took it all in her stride, just a nice model of a filly, and then we were quite impressed with her breeze as well. She sort of started off slowly, but then when she sort of got the hang of things, she really quickened up nicely. She put in one of the fastest sectionals of the day, and she finished out through her breeze really well too, and she gave the impression that she would sort of continue on progressing and sort of be a longer term prospect as well as a decent 2-year-old. She'll go back to Gavin Cromwell in Ireland. She was bought for an American based owner called Lindsay LaRoche, who had some good success last year with a filly called Princess Yeza, who Gavin also trained, so she'll go to Gavin, and we'll take it from there.
The only Medaglia Doro offering in the sale was a Lynn Lodge stud consigned colt from the family of Grade 1 winner AP Valentine, who also attracted the interest of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, who stands the leading stallion at his Kentucky operation. The rare gem was signed for by Anthony Stroud for 280,000 guineas.
Well, he's a buyer stallion that stands in Kentucky on Sheikh Mohammed's farm, and he's a good-looking horse, and then a good family, and Eddie O'Leary thought he was a very good horse, and Sheikh Mohammed picked him out himself, so that's why we went for him. I can't stress, it's so good to have Sheikh Mohammed here, and he, in the end, makes all the final decisions, and he picks the horse aside, and it makes a real difference for him to be here and be involved, and he's an incredibly good judge of a horse, so it's vital to have him here.
The market continued to prove strong for well-bred fillies, highlighted by the sale of a No Nay Never filly for 230,000 guineas. Bids from David Redvers and John O'Mills took the price ever higher before John and Jake Warren secured the filly on behalf of Simon Scupham's Bermuda Thoroughbreds, registering a notable success for Vendor's Star Bloodstock, who had spent just 40,000 on her a year previously.
You know, she's been professional at home the whole way through. She put up a 13th quickest breeze and breezed like a real professional. And we were delighted with her. She's been well received. She had lots of interest. You know, lots of the right people looking at her, and really, good result. 40,000 to 230 was great for us as a pinhooking syndicate.
And how was the sale in general? You've had a good portfolio of horses to sell this week.
Yeah, so we've had 5 through the ring. We've sold all 5, which is great. So we've 620,000 for the sale, which for us I think this is our 4th year consigning. That's a great result. And we've got a syndicate of investors who back us to pinhook year in year out. Mickey in Ireland does a fantastic job in prepping them, and we've got to be delighted that we're starting to get there.
At the conclusion of the 2-day sale, Tattersalls marketing director Jimmy George gave his assessment of the trade.
Tattersalls Craven Breeze Up Week is always a very busy week for all of us. Great racing obviously up at Newmarket, the sort of curtain raiser for the flat season, and the Craven Breeze Up, long established as Europe's premier sale of its type, and always attracts an international cast of buyers to go with the domestic demand. And I think that's what we've very much seen this week. We introduced the new £15,000 Craven Breeze Up bonus, and that was very well received, certainly by the English and Irish trainers and owners and agents. And equally, we've seen new faces from throughout the world, particularly America, Hong Kong, and throughout the Gulf region, all who played a big part in the last 2 days of selling. And the highlight, obviously, the 850,000 guinea Kingman filly, a spectacular pinhook. There are always some spectacular pinhooking successes at the Craven Breeze Up, and this one must rank very highly, having been purchased for 92,000 guineas at the December yearling sale. So in the space of 4 months, she's gone from that to 850,000. Fantastic, great tribute to the consigner, Roger O'Callaghan at his Tally-Ho stud. She was a smasher, and great to see her going to Godolphin, who've been so successful at this sale in the past and great supporters. On the back of last year, we made a conscious decision to try and keep a tighter rein on the numbers for the Craven Breeze Up sale and actually the Guineas Breeze Up sale, which follows in a few weeks' time. And I think that was a prudent decision. We've seen the clearance rate improve dramatically on last year's, and also the median's held up very well. It's actually up on last year. And the 850,000 guineas sale-topping filly was the highest price ever for a filly at a European Breeze Up sale. So a measure of the demand for quality lots at the Craven Breeze Up sale as ever. The £15,000 Craven Breeze Up bonus was born very much out of the success of the £25,000 October Book One bonus, which has really captured the imagination of English and Irish owners and trainers. We have handed out over 130 Book One bonuses to date, nearly £3.5 million in bonus prize money distributed to owners, which is a huge figure. And it felt like a sensible thing to do to try and replicate that with a similar scheme for the Craven Breeze Up. And I think the trainers and the owners have responded, and we look forward to rewarding them similarly.